Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The final match in World of Action history. A match that no one has ever seen in the world of professional wrestling. But ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say thank you for the last 3 years, inviting us into your televisions, on your phones, wherever you're watching us. We appreciate it. But if we're going to go out with one last match. And with that being said, let's not waste your time and let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your World of Action Devynn main event of the evening, and is the last and final World of Action match ever. World of Action will not be held responsible for what is about to happen in this anything goes, unsanctioned, triple threat, lights out match for the World's Heavyweight Championship. The lights are going to turn off, and when they come back on, this match will begin. And as an added bonus, we have a little surprise for you at home. We are so glad to welcome our fans back for our last and final match here in World of Action. This is going to be something for the ages. A never-before-seen match. A triple threat, lights-out match. Anything goes. The only one rule is the match must end in the ring. But ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us for our last show. But I can't think of a better way to go out than with an unsanctioned lights-out match. Ladies and gentlemen, enough talk, enough said. You came here to see a match, and that's what we're going to gift you. So with that being said, let's get to the match. And now, the man who is undefeated in AEW in 2021. He is the only man to ever defeat Jon Moxley twice in AEW. At this point, many people consider him the greatest AEW World Champion of all time. He is one of very few wrestlers to make a name for himself and not be contracted to the WWE. He's the current World Champion for AEW, AAA, and Impact Wrestling. He is very fluent in Japanese and can translate for Michael Nakazawa. He had the greatest wrestling match ever with Okada at Dominion in 2018. He says when this pandemic is over, he wants to wrestle in North Carolina. He is the All-Elite Wrestling World Champion, Kenny Omega. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the AEW World Champion, the current AAA Mega Champion, and the Impact Wrestling World Champion, Kenny Omega, the man who says that after tonight he will add another belt to his already impressive belt collection. But that's only if he can defeat the man who beat him at WrestleMania when he cashed in his Money in the Bank, that being Jeff Hardy. Kenny Omega, a living legend in his early 30s. This man has had countless 5-star matches in the world of pro wrestling, and tonight could very well be that match that defines Kenny Omega's AEW career and his World of Action career. But that's only if he can get the job done and win the world title. Kenny has been in these big match situations before. He's been in 2 lights out matches in his AEW career. He beat Joey Janela, but he lost to Jon Moxley at Full Gear in 2019. But Omega has a chance to rewrite history. The biggest wrong that happened to him at WrestleMania. Omega has one chance. Can he walk out of here, the world's heavyweight champion, and beat Jeff Hardy? Not only does Omega have to beat Jeff Hardy, but tonight he has to stand one-on-one, face-to-face with the man who he beat for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, CM Punk. This is going to be one hell of a match for the ages, but Omega is ready for what is sure to be the best match in World of Action history. But that's yet to be decided. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, the man who lost the world title to Kenny Omega at WrestleMania, CM Punk. CM Punk, a living legend. We said that about Omega, but this man, CM Punk, one of very few men who've ever beaten men like AJ Styles, John Cena, and Finn Balor. Punk's life, I guess, was turned upside down after the loss at WrestleMania, but Punk has a chance tonight, rewrite history much like Omega plans on doing, and leaving here with the World Heavyweight Championship. But can Punk do it? Can Punk make history? Punk could easily become a 3-time World Heavyweight Champion. The only person who can say that they're a 3-time World Champion is AJ Styles. And CM Punk could tie the record here tonight. But that's only if he can beat either Kenny Omega or Jeff Hardy and walk out the champion. And you see the referee right there trying to step in between Omega and Punk. These two hate each other. And I know hate is a strong word, but they hate each other. I lost my train of thought there for a sec because I don't know the amount of hatred that goes in these two. But after tonight, their rivalry will come to an end. Because their rivalry dates all the way back to the beginning of this company. They were both fighting to see who could face AJ Styles, and it was CM Punk who did defeat Kenny Omega before Omega became the AEW World Champion. These two have not taken their eyes off of one another. They are locked onto each other. You know when this bell rings, Punk's going right after Omega. That is a definite fact. But that's only when the match starts. Because we have one more competitor left. The World Heavyweight Champion himself, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. The man who could very well be the final World Heavyweight Champion in this company's history. The charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy carrying that World's Heavyweight title with honor. He wasn't supposed to be in that match. He cashed in Money in the Bank, and sure enough, the stars aligned, and they made Jeff Hardy the World Heavyweight Champion. Jeff Hardy, that world title, history right there. AJ Styles was the first ever World Heavyweight Champion, and Jeff Hardy could very well be the last and final World's Heavyweight Champion. He has to survive a lights-out match first. You see Hardy right there getting cocky, showing off the world title to Kenny Omega and CM Punk. You do not want to piss off either one of these men. Omega and Punk are ticking time bombs ready to set off. All they need is a man like Jeff Hardy, and they're ready to go off. All three of these men are ready. They are wanting that world title. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the ring introductions, because this match is going to be one for the ages, and these three are ready to explode. The following contest is an unsanctioned triple threat lights out match, and it is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. First, wrestling out of Chicago, Illinois, He weighed in this morning at 218 pounds. CM Punk. Next, wrestling out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. He weighed in this morning at 238 pounds. He is El Mega Campeón de AAA. He is the current Impact Wrestling World Champion and is the reigning and defending All Elite Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, the Cleaner, Kenny Omega. And their opponent, wrestling out of Cameron, North Carolina. He weighed in this morning at 225 pounds. He is the current World Heavyweight Champion, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. You see it right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is what these three are fighting for, to be called the last and final World Heavyweight Champion. These three ticking time bombs, like we said, that are ready to go off at any second. Once this match starts, you better believe that there's going to be hell to pay for each of these two. But which man is going to walk out of here the world's champion? Can Jeff Hardy retain? Can Kenny Omega make history and become a two-time world champion and add another belt to his collection? Or will Punk make even more history and walk out of here a three-time world's heavyweight champion? Ladies and gentlemen, all these are going to be answered in the final match of our last show here in World of Action. An unsanctioned lights-out match for the World Heavyweight title. Who's going to walk out of Devon the final World Heavyweight Champion?